man. When he put eyes into my head, he didn't want me looking at all those pretty little women. He left my poor eyeballs dead now. Isn't that so? Isn't that so? You have to go where your heart says go. Isn't that so? Well, didn't he know what he was doing when he made that magic vine? His own son got a reputation for turning water into wine. Isn't that so? Tell me, isn't that so? You have to go where your heart says go. Isn't that so? Didn't he know what he was doing when he divided the high from the low? You got to bury the seed in the dirt, my friend, if you want the real seed to grow. Now isn't that so? Isn't that so? You have to go where your heart says go. Isn't that so?
Thank you very much. It's good to be back here at the Hideout. What a pleasure, what a privilege it is to be at the Hideout on a Monday night. Nicest club anywhere. And appreciate you coming out. I didn't know how many people were familiar with Jesse's stuff. I've been listening to it since I was a young'un, a teenager anyway. And so this is really a big indulgence for me. This is a pleasure to have these people come play it for me. And I noticed over the years that some people didn't really care for his music. I noticed that. I'd like play it for them, and I'm talking about people I'm friends with, or people that play with me, or people I might have married, or something like that. And, I don't really care for it that much. And it's in some ways a little hard to warm to. He's really a singular figure. There are other people aren't. His songs are very humble and conflicted by religious issues. He was a Christian, and he was apparently a bit of a drinker, and these things come up in his song, along with a really childish sense of playfulness and a little sentiment and stuff like that. But there's always these shadows creeping into his songs, and so there's this constant play of light and darkness in his songs. And I don't know, I think like a lot of intelligent people who are Christians, he wrestled with the more absurd implications of the theology that he embraced, and, really in his songs. And his songs are really honest, and really, and they have this, always trying to get his things simpler and simpler, simple words and simple catchy melodies. And I think in a lot of ways he was he laid the path for Lucinda Williams. It reminds me a lot of Jesse's thing. And of course Jesse was a Southerner. like her, and he came up in Mississippi and then moved to Memphis, and then later, when during the Vietnam War years, he skipped out in the draft and went to Canada, where he stayed for years and years and years. So he had that kind of a conflict going on to the South versus the North, the religious versus the down, and so on and so forth. Anyway, that's just if you don't know a thing about him. But I love his songs, and they have a lot of variety to him, because he started recording in 1970, and just his last record came out after he died last year. So we're going to touch on all this. Is